Day today, which is always nice. Hope that you had a nice day where you are. There we go. I think there we are. All right. A little better with the headroom, eh? Hi there. Welcome to our first meditation of the week. There we go. It is Lisa and Chuck from Oregon. Nice to see you. Welcome. Having a nice day today. If you're in California, it was a very nice day. We've had some rain. It's been a little gray, hard to sleep. There we go. Okay. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Sis. Hi, Valerie. Look at that. Nobody from Los Angeles. Well, maybe my wife might be tuning in. But it was really a great day. I hope you've had a nice day and had a long weekend with Martin Luther King weekend. If you joined us over the weekend, you witnessed Dan Nichols. Hello, Michelle. That's Michelle Safran, not Michelle Aaron. We had a really wonderful weekend with Dan Nichols. He's an incredible artist, and it was an honor to just kind of hang with him and play with him. We had a wonderful time. But it's not but. And here we are with our meditation for this week. This week is the Torah portion Yitro, which is famous because it has the Ten Commandments in it. And we're going to start with that today. And we'll move into some other things as we continue on. But I wanted to talk briefly about the receiving of the Ten Commandments and how that's done. And I think we can get some hints with our meditation and our mindfulness and what we're trying to do together through this Torah portion, because there is something at the very beginning, the Midrash, that describes so beautifully the way one can enter into their own spirit. And I think we forget this sometimes. So, as the Torah is, or the Ten Commandments, but really it's the entire Torah that's given to Moses on Mount Sinai. But in this particular space, you have the Ten Commandments. You all remember the scene, Charlton Heston. He's up on the, on the mountain, and there's the fire. It's like, and it like carves out the tablets. A lot of fire, a lot of noise. And as a matter of fact, there's a midrash that says that, well, it's not even the midrash. In Exodus itself, as it describes thunder and lightning and loud noises, and it's incredibly intense. And the midrash says that God was even like, amidst the fire and the thunder, that God takes Mount Sinai, holds it over the people, and says, "Are you going to take this now?" And so one might think that we were in a way coerced into accepting the Ten Commandments. The mountain is over our heads. There's thunder. There's lightning. We're afraid. And it's at that moment when the Ten Commandments is given. The people are all there. They're listening to it, and they freak out because they can't hear God's voice. It's making them go crazy. It's too much. It's too intense. There's too much going on. And they're like, "Moses, you have to hear the rest of it." That's just after the first sentence. There's another midrash that says, all the Israelites heard was the first word, which is Anochi. Anochi meaning I. It's I am God. That's the first commandment. And then there's still another midrash, and this is where we can get into what we do. That says they didn't hear the first sentence. They didn't hear the first word. They heard the first letter. The first letter of Anochi is Aleph. I'm going to give you the sound of that letter right now. 3, 2, 1. Aleph doesn't have a letter, a sound. The sound attributed to Aleph is the vowel that goes underneath it. So if we only hear an Aleph, we hear nothing. Silence. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Silence. It's funny, I was in a conversation this afternoon about how sometimes people talk about things when you're at, I don't know, dinner party or just hanging out, and people don't like silence, and they'll just start talking about whatever. And half the time when we're in conversations, when you really think about it, they're how much important is really being said. It's hard to differentiate between just making small talk and having real conversation. And we were saying, sometimes you hear someone begin to talk and you're interested, and then you realize, wow, this isn't so interesting to me, right? So what do? You just don't say anything. But that person will keep talking because we're uncomfortable with silence. There's that great line, I think it's when Harry met Sally, and my wife can correct me if I'm wrong, where the two of them are sitting there and, they had something going on between them, but they're just in silence, and one says to the other, isn't it so good when you're so friendly with somebody that you can just sit in absolute silence? And of course, in that moment of the scene, they're only in silence because it's extremely awkward between them. If you remember the movie, they finally fool around, and this is the next time they see each other, and they don't know how to act. But it is true. There are some people you can be around and you don't have to say anything. And there are some moments where the most touching moment that you have with someone is just sitting next to them silently, holding hand maybe, or just looking at each other, or just sitting in silence. I would even say even people that sit next to each other and they're both on the computer or they're both on the phone. I'm not going to condone that behavior all the time, but there is something about it. At least you're in someone's presence. And it just comes to, do we have to speak? Or can we be a silent Aleph? Do we have to always be engaged? Or can we accept that silent Aleph upon us as it is only in silence that I can really let things kind of really sink into me? It's only in silence that I can discover what's in the corners of my mind. And I like to think that these 20 minutes that we go silent are the 20 minutes when we allow that Aleph to enter into us and can experience ourselves without society infiltrating our souls. That when we go quiet, it's just us with ourselves. There's nobody else talking to us. I'm not going to say there's nobody influencing us, but the influence comes from our own head and our own mind. So silence, the Aleph, is the place where we can allow whatever is happening to really sink into us, because it allows us to think upon it, to notice it, to feel the feeling without something getting in the way. There are some people who have to have something on, some noise on at all times, right? They're studying, they have to have music, or you get in the car and they have to have music. And sometimes I find personally that if I'm studying to prepare a class or prepare something, that I can't have anything on in the background because it distracts me from it. And that might be another way to think about that silent Aleph. The silent Aleph means that you're looking at your life and you're looking at the world and you're looking at everything without distraction. And it allows you to pinpoint more clearly what's going on inside of you, what your feelings are telling you. So let's get ourselves ready for our own feelings, our own thoughts. But more than that, we're just going to really embrace silence, really embrace stillness, really embrace just being. Maybe that's the final way to look at what happened to the Israelites as they accepted Torah. is at that moment when they hear that silent aleph, all they really hear is the breath, and it's their own breath, because that is the essence of our being. So that silence is just being alone, quiet, still, with our own breath. Let's try it. Get into a position that's both strong yet relaxing, so that you can allow your body to. I always have a yawn right before this. Allow our body to just relax into this moment. Okay. I think we're ready. All right. We're just allowing ourselves to breathe. And try to imagine how the breath goes in and out. The neshama is taking your breath in. Nefesh is that space between the breaths. Ruach is coming out. You can even think that. Neshama, nefesh, ruach, the three aspects of our soul working together in that silence. And we're just allowing everything just to be as it is right now. We don't have to solve any problems. We don't have to think about the problems of the world. Now's the time to lean into silence and lean into stillness and just be. As you find your mind taking you away, just say, now it's time to think about my breathing. Even if you accomplish the breathing for only 5 minutes of this entire session, it's that moment that you can really put everything aside. last several minutes together, let's invite you to ask 2 questions. It's Tuesday. May I feel safe? And may I feel blessed? Each week as we say these two, one of them's a little easier than the other some weeks. Some weeks I'm feeling safe. Some weeks I don't feel safe. May I feel safe. Some weeks I don't see the blessings. I don't feel them. But they're there. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. And may I feel blessed. With each breath that you take, either one of those, may I feel safe. May I feel blessed. You can say it out loud. You can say it to yourself. You can whisper it. May I feel safe. May I feel blessed. May I recognize where and how I am safe. May I recognize where and how I am blessed. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. If you'd like to offer this to someone else, just put them in your mind's eye, standing in front of you or sitting in front of you, and offer this to them. May you feel safe. May you feel blessed. May you feel safe. May you feel blessed. May you feel safe. May you feel blessed. And I invite you to just bring it back to yourself. May I feel safe. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. And may I feel blessed. And let's just finish with several breaths without thinking anything. Just tie yourself to the middle of your body, the place where your breath enters and leaves. And we'll just be silent for just a little bit. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was an honor to have you here. I hope that you were able to find some peace and stillness. May you feel blessed, and may you feel safe.